Hi Capricorn, welcome to your why reading for 18. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout outs, which go to Psychic Love Heals and hello, Alchemy in You. Much love to them. I will have their links in the description box below. This jumped, and hopefully you get a chance to check them out. That is the Eight of Cups. This is about moving on. Typically after a painful decision to do so, you realize that you've given it all you can emotionally and it's just time to go. It could also though be travel over water. No, travel over land, right? Yeah, travel over land. Right. You could be actually moving to someone, but typically it's about a breakup. And since I happen to be, doom and gloom, or I'm all about the red flags, right? That could be that. Okay, so let's see, Capricorn. Why for Capricorn. Hopefully this addresses your why. I think it's shaping up to be one of those confirmation things where you just stop by and go, yep, I was right to do what I did or make the decisions I made because this is coming up and it fits with the situation, that sort of thing. Strength, good decision, balance. Could also be giving things time to develop. Wow. Okay. So we got the Two of Wands and the Ace of Wands here. Right. Yeah. Star, that could be Aquarius. 10 of Cups, King of Swords, Knight of Swords, the Moon, the Devil, and the Two of Swords. Oof. Okay, so this is crooked. Why? Have it. Right. And can you? Yes, you can see that. Okay, good. The Star. What's this star about? Why? What is it they want us? Oh. Okay, are they talking to you again? Someone's, there was some unhealthy stuff going on, Capricorn. Do nothing. Do nothing. This person is still not clear of whatever was the issue. This is someone that, whoever this person is, it feels like they give some of their time here, and they go over here and they give some of their time to this, and they go over here and they do some of it. But this is not somebody who is stable, calm, steady, devoted. Even when the chips are down, like the commitment is still negotiable. It's not that they're a bad person. They might even have the best of intentions, but there is not stability at this time with this person. Perhaps you're questioning if this is a good offer, a solid offer, a stable offer. Perhaps that's why the Eight of Cups showed up. This is you walking away because you just can't trust this person because of this right here. This is the Devil card. What's this Star card about? That's an 8, things working out over time, but no. We have 8, 9, 10. Interesting. We got 2 2s. That's accord or agreement. So there's been an agreement, a breakup perhaps. What's this Star card about? Capricorn. Yeah. So there's an element of needing to heal or needing to go and have faith restored, to get some encouragement, some kind of support. Somebody has been depleted and it's either come to an ending or it's because of an ending. What's this 10 of Cups about? And yet, are they still hopeful that things will work out over time? This is something working out and coming to fruition in the distance over time, away from now, basically. What's this 10 of Cups about, Capricorn? So we got the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. That's happiness. Getting what they want and being happy. What's this King of Swords? King of Swords. Is this an online relationship that did not work out? Could be because of distance. What's this Knight of Swords? That might be why. Interesting. Knight of Swords. Hanged Man. Okay. So, 3 things flying in here. Is this somebody that's hoping that they're wanting a fresh start? All right, I need more. Because it feels like their distance here, we've got, this could be Pisces. Somebody that just up and left, just cut off communication, and they got what they wanted. Is that what this is? We got 9 of Cups and we got the Star card. This is all about somebody, that could be somebody who's opportunistic. It's all about somebody getting what they wanted. What's this Knight of Swords about still? What is that Knight of Swords about? We got the Moon twice. Nope. What's this Devil about? Okay, so I think this is somebody that just kind of goes from, just flits around and gets what they want. we got the King of Swords here, so this could be online. We got the Knight of Swords and the Two of Swords. This could be online relationship. It could also be someone that reaches out and or their involvement with someone is solely based on getting their needs met, and their needs change constantly. This is not somebody. This is somebody that's like easy come, easy go, quite possibly. We got the Knight of Swords and the Hanged Man here. Things are a means to an end. Quite typically, that they could be. We got Pisces here. We got Pisces and Cancer here. So this could be somebody that it feels like they're not willing to go to the distance. It feels like there's they don't stay long enough to build any kind of security or connection. Nothing wrong with that, right? But if you're doing it by duplicitous means, there is something wrong with that. And it looks like people are kind of left in their wake or in the dust. But are they reaching back out again, or are they just feeling like, well, nothing to be done? They just cut things off? What's this Devil about? No. So there was despair, sadness, grief, disappointment. Things never got past a certain point. And it could be because there's distance, right? This is an online relationship. Could be, doesn't have to be, but it could be that things never got past a certain point because of distance, or because somebody never wanted to make that commitment. There was always something new out there attracting their attention. It could be that this strength is, it could be Leo, but this is about you questioning whether them coming back in, reaching out again, is a solid offer, is a good foundation. It doesn't feel like it is. It feels like there might be some disappointment and feeling like, oh, this is the one that got away, missed opportunity with this person. But at the same time, it feels like there's no love lost there. It feels like they are going to be on the move again. What's this Moon about? What's this Moon about? So we got the Two of Wands twice. There's this feeling that they just up and left before things had a chance to get secure or get stable or get committed. What's this? Yeah, because whatever the situation is, I feel like we got the Moon. Okay, so the Moon, I feel like this is about distance, about nothing can be done right now because of the distance. No forward movement, no decisions can be made. There's too many variables, there's too many things left open or not negotiable, or things that can't be solved. And they're going to do what they want to do. And above, first and foremost, like, it was fun while it lasted, but there's no love lost there. We got the Star card and the King of Swords. This could be Gemini, this could be Aquarius, this could be Aquarius, this could be Capricorn. But it feels like there needs to be some kind of healing. Like they think that they got what they wanted and they had their happily ever after with you, but now it's time to go. And then it's like they either need to restore faith, or it's like, oh, it'll be better over here. Because we've got two cards about a passionate pursuit. Well, passionate pursuit and faith being restored, healing, things working out over time with this new interest. So maybe you're wondering if this is a good offer, if this is a relationship that's just starting out, but it doesn't, okay, it could be something that's just starting out and they're like, you know what, I'm going to accept this is what it is. It's just online for right now, and I'm just really glad to be in your company. But we got an ending here. So is this person dealing with healing from another situation that has ended, and you just kind of make them happy and you're kind of a nice distraction right now? It's online, or it's fleeting, it's nothing committed, because they're still kind of dealing with the fallout of another situation, and there's a lot of uncertainty, or there's just a big old mess for them to sort out emotionally, and you are a nice reprieve. There's this sense of not wanting to get too emotionally involved here. So I don't know if that's with you because of what's happened in the relationship. There's just this, is it online and they're not going past a certain point emotionally, except for keeping it light and having some fun, but not getting involved because they accept that things are what they are and there's two unknown variables? Or is they've just come out of something really taxing and they just want to keep things light and spontaneous and fun, and they don't want things to get heavy or emotional. They just want simplicity and ease. I think this is with you. I think that there's things were quite, this is being held back, and the sadness and the grief and the disappointment that comes from the unhealthy attachment with that, still being connected while there's just this heavy overlay. And this is something that can't be worked through. It's not like, oh, this too shall pass. It's like, no, this is the new normal. So this Two of Swords about. All right. I think this person has put out the feelers. You know, you make me very happy. We were good together, and you're considering this offer, right? You broke up, you ended, even though they were still hopeful that maybe, you know, I'm hoping that even though we've had an ending, that maybe things have changed. You know, you'd be really happy, and at the same time, they're like, oh, well, okay. We got the Four of Cups here and the Five of Cups here. So they weren't getting their needs met, and yet we've got them reaching out still. King of Swords and Devil makes me feel like this is somebody that's not going to take no for an answer. The Knight of Cups and the Hangman and the Star. It feels like even if you say no, they still want to be in your life somehow. I'm a little worried because we got the Devil and the Five of Cups and the King of Cups, like, you know, or the King of Swords and the Four of Cups. It's almost like, dang it, I can't get back in there, but I'm still going to be a constant presence in this person's life. I still want to be a constant presence. And I feel like they're not going to take no for an answer. I feel like they're not going to leave this alone. If you're trying to stay strong and not be in contact with them, we got the King of Swords here. Sometimes that's a really sort of mentally abusive or manipulative personality. Doesn't have to be. Could be male or female. But we've got somebody feeling like this is a missed opportunity. Now, again, this could be somebody online that you were dealing with that feels like, oh, I wish things would have worked out, but until the distance changes between us, there's just two variables here. I accept that we can't move forward. Perhaps this is somebody wanting to move forward or move towards you as well as things to move forward. However, this right here, we got the Two of Swords and Judgment. This is saying no contact, no feelings, block your emotions in regards to an offer to review the past or to revisit the past, aka a second chance. So this is, I mean, it could be a truce, but it could also be a stalemate. This is one of those situations where it's like you're feeling good, you're on solid ground. Don't muck it up by going back and retracing your steps. This, I feel like I'm being pulled over here and then look over here and then look over here and then look over here. There's just too much not explained here. We got the Devil, we got the Moon, and then we got the Star card. And we've got the 9 and 10 of Cups. There's a disconnect. You're not seeing the whole picture. And maybe that's why it ended. Because you're like, there's just a lot I don't know. But I don't feel like, how can you go from 10 of Cups and 9 of Cups to this? I don't understand. Part of it is like they weren't getting their needs met, but they were. Because we got the Knight of Swords here. This is very independent. This is the unexpected. Is that why they ended it? Because they just unexpectedly ended it because they realized things couldn't be bridged. I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but it's flying around fast and loose in there. And there were just simply too many things that were unclear or unanswered. And then we have them not being forthcoming about their intentions. So they ended it on a mysterious note. And then as far as any forward movement, here they come back. Maybe they reached out online. Maybe they even physically went to where you were at and wanted to talk about future possibilities or possibly like, well, what about this moving forward? But yet there's still a lot they're not telling you. There's a lot of unanswered issues, a lot of issues they might be selectively sharing with you, maybe not willing to talk about certain things. And it came to the breakup because of that very reason, that there was a lot just weighing heavily on the relationship that you couldn't get past. And one of those was the lack of stability. I also think that we got the Moon twice here. It feels, and this right here feels like there was something being hidden. Something was going on behind the scenes that you didn't know about. Now, if it's an online relationship, that can happen because a person's life can be largely hidden from the other person they're having an online relationship. Doesn't have to be, but it feels like that's the case here, that you knew a certain part of them, but there was largely a part of their life independent from what you knew about, and it doesn't even have to be an online relationship, that you were kept in the dark about, but you suspected, and you were only given information on a need-to-know basis. And if that were to be questioned or come up, then that's maybe why it ended, because it's like, oh, no, I'd rather walk away than make the sacrifice or look at what needs to be changing. I'd rather cut things off and just leave it hanging than to get into the issues, than to be able to have someone look closer at me or what's going on with me. And yet they still want to know if they can come back. That's what I don't get. That's why it doesn't make sense to me, because this is, you've kind of gone through it. I mean, this is hurt feelings and sadness, and yet they're not going to want to address what caused that. They're not going to want to, that you can't have a relationship like that. It can't just be the 9 and 10 of cups, like, oh, yay, we hung out on Saturday night, yay. That's not a relationship. So is this something someone's strategically keeping from you? If so, why? That's the very reason that broke you up, because you don't know why. More questions just lead to more questions. Someone's perfectly content to leave it the way it is rather than address what seems duplicitous or is unclear. Address maybe this is profound mental anxiety, unrest, that sort of thing that they're just not willing to look at, and it keeps interfering with relationships, and they keep feeling this disappointment and this sadness because they just can't stabilize, because there's this profound issues from the past that keep interfering. If it's not anxiety, it's something that keeps rearing its head from the past that keeps interfering with present relationships, and they haven't dealt with it. This is basically answering the question as to why there was a breakup and why they're coming back. So, of sorts. It's not clear why they're coming back. Probably because you made them happy and they got what they wanted. Everything was fine for them, but there was no stability. This was I think this was more than just a dip in, dip out, but this is not somebody that is kind of open. They liked things the way they were, but then when it stopped being in service of them or the way they wanted it, it was like it was cut off, like just boom. If they're coming back asking for a second chance, this could be the past in review, but it feels like they might be kind of coming back in, because we got the Two of Swords here, which is about no fly zone. Nope. I see nothing. I hear nothing. I say nothing. This is you walking away from an offer of reconciliation, even though they might be hopeful, and that's why they're coming back. There's nothing stable to be offered here. There's not even an explanation. They just kind of want to pick up where it left off. All right, what else for Capricorn? What else for Capricorn? All right, so we've got the Fish and the Sun. Interesting. So this basically looks like an open relationship, and it was a really passionate encounter. That could explain why this person is like, dang it, we had a really great physical connection, but I don't want anything stability. There's too much going on in my life that I don't want to address with another person. So I just want to kind of keep it. Maybe it'll work out in time, but right now I've got this and this going on with my life, and I am all about the passionate pursuit. So, but this would suggest that it's kind of someone that's got a lot going on, that wants to keep things open, but is also open to passionate encounters. You might have felt that strong connection with them, and they had a really great time with you too, but it is not what it is to them, what it is to you. It is entirely different. And the fact that we got the Devil and we got the Two of Swords and Judgment here, this is all about them reaching out and being like, hey, do you maybe wanna, and you're walk away, Capricorn, walk away. Walk away. Don't entertain it. It costs you too much. Look at this. It costs you too much. Devil and the Five of Cups. What else does Capricorn need to know? Oh, I want a confirmation card too. Capricorn East. Sorry. Somebody's got some weird funky sound going on outside. Capricorn. King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Wands. Okay, that right there, King of Cups reversed. That is somebody that's very boy, that can maybe charming and passionate, and this came out. But they are also very emotionally manipulative. And this is someone that this right here bothered me. I know I kept kind of circling, but this right here, it's King of Swords and it's Four Cups. It's like, oh, well, but they're refusing to look at the reason why they feel this way. And it's because they just simply aren't going to be forthcoming with any information. They'd rather feel this way and be like, how can I, or, oh, that's a bummer, instead of being like, look, it's the fact that you're very partitioned and closed off that led to things being the way they are. This is somebody that can be very discerning. They do not relate to things emotionally. They are all about clear thinking, intellectual pursuits, power, authority, and they the truth is highlighted with them. Now that could be also not telling the truth either way, not telling the truth or being truthful, but it could be man or woman. But the fact that they have everything to do with how they feel in this situation, they're the reason why, and yet they're not willing to address it. This makes it more than just kind of a one night stand and somebody that's just you had a really great connection with and it ended. This is more about somebody who really manages their connections with people strategically, because we got the moon card twice. Okay, right. I want a confirmation card for okay. 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. I don't like it. 4 of Wands. This could be about transitioning. Look at happily ever after in marriage. Does not feel like marriage stuff here. This is someone trying to come to grips with an ending and feeling sad about it, and the best advice is to just not engage. This is not somebody. This is easy come, easy go. And yet we've got the 10 of Cups and a marriage. Were you married to this person and you found out all this was going on and then you realized, you know what, I've been kept in the dark the whole marriage? Is that what this is? Is this the lack of harmony that you were never on the same page? Just a breakdown in communication in regards to what you two wanted? There's a wall that I'm like, I can feel it, but I can't see past it, but there's a wall. And this person is always quietly in control. And they're very good at managing things and people and perceptions. And they would rather have the moon and the devil than to clear the air. And they would rather keep things right here, 9 and 10 of Cups, than to address what's really going on. All right. I've got some opinions, but that's all they are. And I feel like it wouldn't serve the reading. So I'm just going to shut my mouth. But this is the Ace of Cups, and I didn't get to this, sorry. The Ace of Cups reversed and the Queen of Wands. So I think that is saying, this is kind of doubling down on this right here. As far as you don't have the connection that you thought you did or you think you do. This is somebody that can be very manipulative, emotionally not available, and they're just not open for emotional connection. They're simply out doing too many things, and they've got their priorities elsewhere. So perhaps the disappointment and sadness is because this was fleeting for them, but it meant something for you. You thought maybe it was going down this road to where you could start to connect with somebody and kind of build that relationship. And all it was for them was just getting what they wanted. And they like to keep things open. They are not available for emotional connection. They've got too many things they want to go out and create and do, and they want to date. They do not want to be connected or committed. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I hope that you are aware of that, that you didn't just find that out now. I hope that they were on the up and up with that and just saying, look, I'm just down for this and that, but I don't want this or that. I hope, but I don't think so, because we have this disappointment here. So I just, I think you two want different things, Capricorn, or wanted different things, and that's why there was an ending. If they are coming back, no, just no. That way madness lies. Got the Devil and the 5 of Cups here, no. All right, I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope to see you in the next reading. I wish you safe passage and harmony out of this. I know it's probably rough going. For some of you, this is somebody that is quite manipulative and maybe not a very nice person, maybe even mentally or emotionally, verbally abusive. For others of you, this is someone that just, it's not personal, but they're just not into settling down. It's just simple as that. It doesn't have to be with any malintent. It's just somebody, but either way, there is no connection available for this person. They don't want it. There's too many people and things they want to do and see and go and all that. All right. Okay. I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care, Capricorn.